Today, we will talk about the love story of Hades and Persephone. Hades, as we have known this far, was the son of Cronus and Rhea. He was the ruler of the underworld. Persephone, on the other hand, was the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. Persephone was the goddess of fertility, agriculture, and later became the goddess of underworld. Persephone was loved by all for her light-hearted kindness. Demeter was very protective of her daughter, keeping her naive to the ways of the world and dressing her as a child even as she grew into a woman. She meant to keep her innocent and virginal forever, always by her mother's side. One day, Hades, the god of the underworld, happened to glance up at the world above and noticed Persephone playing with a group of nymphs in her fields. Now, the underworld was so much work to be done, and he hardly ever was able to see his family up above. The other gods had grown to fear him, and the mortals hardly dared to utter his name. Hades was just a god, but he grew lonely and cold as he carried out his duties over the centuries. But as he observed Persephone, he was struck immediately by her beauty and her tenderness towards the nymphs. He ended up going back to watch her every so often, feeling his old heart soften each time. Finally, he roused himself to go to Olympus and ask Zeus for Persephone's hand in marriage. Zeus was pleased with this turn of events. Hades was the richest and most stable of all the gods, not to mention powerful. He gave his consent to the marriage. However, Hades knew Demeter would never allow the union, so he decided to spirit Persephone away. One day, when Persephone was alone in her fields, the ground suddenly split open, and out sprang a huge chariot being pulled by black horses. Hades leaned over the side and scooped Persephone up, and before the girl could even scream, plunged back into the earth. Demeter quickly noticed her daughter was gone and searched frantically for help. Eventually, she found a farmer who had witnessed all of it, and Demeter grew livid, vowing that the ground would never produce a stalk of wheat until Persephone was returned. Down in the underworld, Persephone was distraught. Hades was kind to her and showered her with gifts, but she missed her mother and the world above. Hades was saddened, but he was also patient. He put Persephone's throne right next to his, and, unlike the other gods, allowed her equal rule alongside him. He treated her not as property, but as someone who could eventually become a friend. When Persephone suggested that another realm be made for the best mortal souls to go to, Hades made it for her. It was called Elysium, the underworld's heaven. This is the first part of the love story of Hades and Persephone. Stay tuned for the second part. Until then, please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. See you next time. Bye.